Since I've been listening to your teachings, my life has gotten incredibly wonderful in every area. And I came on the Mexican cruise with my partner, and a few weeks after the cruise, our relationship fell apart. I'm still kind of surprised and in shock about it. And I understand intellectually what happened, and even understand what you might say vibrationally. I understand what happened. However, the amount of kind of vibrational muscle it's taking for me to keep my vibration good is exhausting. And
then you are not succeeding. In other words, if it's tiring, just let it go. Be mad. In other words, don't strain so hard. We'll hear you.
I had gotten accustomed to really joyous vibration. And I guess I'm feeling really stubborn about going into anger, frustration. I'm trying to stay in appreciation because I think this is a good thing. Yet I wake up in the morning panicking, and especially being on the same ship again, everywhere. And even my relationship with you and the teachings is kind of still infused with that expectation of that other person, and it's just being hard to feel like I'm a contained individual, like there's almost like there's pieces of me missing that I'm having trouble getting back.
From it, can you feel a desire formulating?
Yes.
And is it a desire to get back together with that particular person?
No.
So how has the desire changed? In other words, what's new as a result of this contrasting situation? What new leading edge for you, desire, has blown out of this?
To reach a state of personal wholeness that I haven't ever experienced. Or maybe my belief is I haven't experienced it. Maybe my belief from that I've never experienced is part of why the relationship ended in the first place.
Well, what we notice with so many people who are involved in relationships, especially relationships that are as intense as that one was, is that without meaning to, as you have very perfectly stated, who you are intertwines so powerfully with who they are that it's hard to separate who's who. And when you are being held as the object of attention of someone, and as they are holding you as their object of attention, they are appreciating you, and they are tapped into source energy in their appreciation, there is a flooding of pure positive energy all over you that is a very good feeling. In fact, for many people, the first time they really feel the gaze of source energy upon them is in that situation of being in love, where someone cares about them enough to give them a lot of attention and wants enough to feel good about them that they are pretty much, especially in the first part of the relationship, connected with source energy as they are doing their gazing. So you say, ooh, this feels good. And there is such a thirst for that for most people all of their life, because you came from that energy that felt like that and then into an environment of enough contrast that many of you sort of lost sight of that. And so when you find it again, it is so delicious that you want to maintain it. And often you struggle to maintain it through this one relationship forevermore just because you remember so much tasting it through that relationship. But what we want you to realize is that what that was, even though there was another person involved, what that was the other person's ability through your interaction to influence you in a stronger, more often way than you were accustomed to before your coming together, to your connection with source energy. And so it was that connection with source energy that really is at the basis of all of what you call being in love. Now, the two of you, as you may have already discovered on your own, if not, we're going to give it to you here, you're very long time friends. We're talking about long before this physical life experience. You are teachers to the core of your being. And what both of you so much want to come forth and teach, and of course you can't teach what you don't know, what you want to come forth and teach through the clarity of your example is your own self-empowerment, you see. And so what could be better than to have an experience like that where you are sort of coaxed into alignment with Source. And it was a powerful coaxing for both of you. In other words, you got tapped in so well with one another that you lined up through this work and other to the very Source energy that is you. In other words, it was all of those things, those synchronistic things that happened, led you right back into vibrational alignment. And it was that alignment that you were reaching for. And now, as you understand that that really is the primary thing that both of you were offering to each other, now you know how to find that alignment on your own, and don't beat up on yourself if it doesn't come back instantly. It will return. It is our promise to you. But now, not only will you be in a place where you can rediscover your true empowerment, but now you are in a place through the details of the nitty-gritty of the relationship that you are living and all of the adding to the amending of desires that you did, now you have an even more delicious relationship in the making. In fact, we want to say to you that there was a strikingly amazing relationship in the making for each of you before either one of you became consciously aware that you were going to end that relationship. And what we mean by that is the nitty-gritty of what you were living was causing each of you to amend your desires. I know what I don't like, this is what I do want. I know what I don't want, this is what I do want, you see. And so if you can just relax a little bit and get over the sensation of emptiness, of not being connected with this powerful, wonderful person, and instead just relax a little bit and remind yourself who you are, and using your wonderful words, reach for as many thoughts of appreciation as you can find, because that is the quickest key, and we think you're close enough to it that you could, aside from an occasional spell where you're really far from it, we do not think it would be much trouble for you to get consistently into a vibration of appreciation. And then what will happen as you do that, you'll relax back into vibrational alignment with the desires that you launched even during that relationship, and a relationship will flow into your experience, and when you meet, you will know. In other words, we know that it never feels good to someone who is feeling lonely and the missing of someone to say, don't worry, there's something else coming along. But don't worry, there's something else coming along. And it is so much more than what you had before, because it is made from what you had before. Now, there are many who worry, oh, does that mean that it's just going to be another and another and another? In other words, when will I find that one that is the end all for me? And we say, well, you are never complete, but it is our expectation that you will have another experience or two as you are fine-tuning who you really are. And we want so much for all of you who are reaching for relationships to never stand in your now with the vibrational offering, which is all that you have to offer in your powerful now, and say, universe, bring to me now that which will satisfy me forever and ever and ever and ever. You must allow yourself the leeway to change. And that's why as we begin these gatherings and we say, have you reached the place where even though that which you are seeking has not yet manifested, that you are still joyful in the anticipation of it coming, because you're not ever going to get it done. Each person with whom you interact is going to give you another piece of who you are. It's going to add to the clarity of who you are and what you want. And you are an intense being. You came with powerful purpose. You didn't say, let it be easy. You didn't say, get it all cleaned up and then I'll come forth. Look at the characteristics of your life. You're a powerful teacher, wanting to teach in every way you can the message that I didn't come forth to be a square peg pounded into a round hole. I came forth to discover who I am as this ever-changing being, you see. And so it's going to take a powerful, deliberate, creative partner to keep up with the likes of you. And when you meet, you'll know. So it is possible, and even likely, that you will have another experience or two as you are finding your sea legs again. And then there will be a meeting in the not-so-distant future, and you will recognize this partner as one with whom the two of you can evolve and change together. We will not say to you that your last relationship was not meant to be, but you can feel from your own sifting and sorting, that out of it came so much more clarification about who you are. And you are stubbornly, we know this because we know you so well, not someone who wants to subvert who you are to make peace with anyone. In other words, you have to be in an environment where you are allowed, if not by the other, at least by you, to be who you are, you see. And so that's what that was all about. Bless that relationship every day and thank that other for the clarity that it has brought to you, and then stand in anticipation of that which is to come. And before you know it, the missing will subside altogether, and the anticipation of that which is coming will replace it fully.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.